Thank you for tuning in to Miss Tracy and Clarity today. My heart goes out to everyone affected by the Buffalo incident this 2022, and in my eye, the racist antics have accelerated. Believe it or not, some people have convinced themselves that racism don't exist. Unfortunately, I will be sharing a few experiences I have had myself dealing with racism. All was well in my world till I hit the 5th grade. That's when racism introduced itself to me. I got along with everyone. I attended a school called East Lake Elementary. I had a white female friend at the time, and we got along for the most part. Yet one random day, her boyfriend, who was white, decides to get a sinister idea and chase me and have his crew join in. I don't know what their intentions were towards me, but I wasn't going to stick around and find out either. I outran all of them, including her. She and I just ended our friendship after that. I would have to catch the city bus home from this same school. I had a white man come to my bus stop one day and lured me into his house after school. I knew to not talk to strangers. I was 10 years old, yet I was lured in by double mint gum. To make it short and sweet, he was a pedophile, and I followed him through his house. He said he wanted to show me something. I bet he did. We were almost to his bedroom, and I saw a gun on his dresser. I just felt alarmed in my spirit, and I ran out of there ASAP. I told my mom what happened, and her boyfriend at the time went and checked that man for his behavior. I had no more problems with him after that. Believe it or not, he would still come to the door and wave at me. Awkward. And my nice ass would wave back. The innocence of children. 2001 sealed the deal for me with racism, or anything racist. In February 2001, my cousin Jackie was in a lesbian relationship and got into it with her girlfriend. The girlfriend called the cops on her, and Jackie had already did time in prison, and she said she would die before she would go back there again. Well, that day came. For whatever reason, she hit the cop with a brick, and the cops beat her to death, literally. She had to be cremated because she was unrecognizable. I hated my cousin had to endure something this awful, yet a male cop couldn't handle a female. Jackie wasn't the biggest person. There was more than one cop on the scene. They couldn't reprimand the situation any better than that. We'll never know. She was just another case of police brutality swept under the rug. March 2001, I heard my mom on the phone just constantly repeating the word no, like she was getting some bad news. When she hung up the phone, she told me a church friend of mine, Leonard, was hung in Ray County. He was 17 years old at the time. He had went to Ray County to see his girlfriend, who was white, and somehow cops got involved and said he was breaking in on her, and he ended up in jail. It was his first time ever going to jail. He ended up getting hung with a fishing wire in jail custody. I'm from Tennessee, and I know there are certain areas blacks just don't go through, and Ray County was one of them. This wasn't the first time something like that happened there, and I'm sure he wasn't the last. They got away with it, and the cops came to his funeral to add insult to injury. His parents did try to get justice. They even exhumed his body once, and still no justice. His family moved from Tennessee, to keep it short and sweet. I can only tell you it was the grace of God that I passed that term in college, because my head was messed up processing all this brutality and having no justice on top of it. God is a healer. I will speak on their memory when given a chance. They will not die in vain. I had my own Triple K threat when I was 24 years old in 2001. I won't mention where I was working, but I was the only black person on the staff that night. I had to take the garbage out, and when I got to the garbage compactor, someone had sprayed KKK with white spray paint on the garbage compactor. I closed the door and just looked at it because I knew what it meant and knew it was meant for me. I didn't tell the manager or complain about it. I just felt in my spirit to control my emotions. I just stood there and took it in. I told my mom to be on time getting me that night because I definitely couldn't be the last one standing around. It stayed spray painted on that compactor for a few days before anyone else realized it. When I come across stories of Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and we know the rest that come after that, I just don't react anymore. I care, yet the timing has to be right for a reaction. Yet, to those black and white who want to walk through La La Land and say racism doesn't exist, wake the hell up. It never left. I don't hate white people, yet I stay in my lane. You cool with me, I'm cool with you. You come with that BS, I'm coming back with it. I'm not with the nonviolent movement. God went to war. Don't get it twisted. God is not a punk. God kills when necessary. Just a dose of reality. If you have any comments about today's episode, you can contact me at misstracyandclarity@gmail.com. MST as in Tom, RACIAND as in dog, CLARIT as in Tom, Y @gmail.com. Godspeed.